Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm bringing you a video in the Object 268. Now, we've got 4 more videos to go of before update 5.0, and then we'll be on to the new shit. Still struggling, like, getting the free XP for the Chieftains, taking a bit longer than I expected. But I should have it at least by the end of this week. I didn't realize how fucking hard it was to get free XP. But, shouldn't be too long. Also, when we get to the update 5.0, STB1's got 14 degrees of gun depression, so I'm going to start grinding that line, so expect a lot of videos of the Japanese medium tanks as I start grinding that line soon. But, I'm getting ahead of myself. In this game, Object 268, Tier 10 Soviet TD, great DPM, great alpha, great penetration, great camo, great accuracy, really nice speed, alright armor. The only real problem I'd say with this tank is it doesn't have a turret for people, and some people might be upset at the shell velocity. But apart from that, really good tank. I really like this thing, and you're gonna see from the get-go I'm gonna snipe. It's not my usual style, but I'm gonna try and play a bit more intelligent in this game. I've not gone Valley because they have a Conqueror GC, and you shouldn't go Valley when you're in when there's artillery on this map, because artillery will fuck you, especially if it's British. Because it's got that gun arc, it can shoot over things. You don't want to go Valley when there's artillery, or just even generally speaking. Arbor's taking a couple blind shots down the way. I'm just going to open the map, and while there's no enemies, just going to keep an eye out and look. So I'm with Darth in this one. He's in his machine. He stopped looking at the town, and while I'm sat with my binoculars up, I actually spot the enemies who have come to the town. So it's a good thing I didn't rush in there. So, at the position we're at now, we actually have a few teammates, which is good. So, I'm quite happy to hold position between these two little hills here, rather than push into the town, because they've already won the town. Now, Valor. Quite an important tank to kill, because if we allow him to get hulled down, it'll be an issue. And thankfully, with this thing's gone, a low roll, but still for over 830 damage, which you can never complain with. I do get panned and he damages my ammo rack. And see, what I'm doing is, I'm in a shit position here, by the way, but I do like to risk it sometimes. And in this tank, you just shoot and you try and stay on the move. Now, you're going to see, I focused the Death Star instead of killing the Valor. There's a reason for that. Not only am I scared of the Death Star, but that shot's going to come in handy for the team, because it means the next person who deals with him might be able to one-shot him, or like the 2 guys who deal with him might be able to one-shot him. I do finish off the Valor, but he does get one last shot in right before he dies. So, there was method to my madness in shooting the Death Star instead of the Valor there. Lowering his hit points, so that, because you never know, I might be the next one to see him again, and hopefully the next time I see him he'd be a one-shot for me. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'd rather take the shot from the Valor than a 1500 damage shot from Death Star, basically. Turning around, coming to deal with the UDAS. See, struggling to get the gun depression, because I'm a Russian TD, or just Russian tank in general. But I do manage to get it. And again, see, I'm just working behind this hill, backward and forwards, trying to stay in cover, trying to work with teammates. Darth's been wrecked by the waffle, and she actually bounced a shell there. Try to hit the weak point, but I do miss. And now me and this Leopard are holding out with another medium to our right, which I think is the Progetto, although it could be to our left, I'm not too sure. But that Progetto's going to be very important in this game. Because of my hit points, I'm playing a little bit safer. Trying to expose just the upper part of my tank. I go to shoot the 75 as he moves sideways. The Leopard gets in front of me, but you know it was an accident. He didn't do that intentionally, and he even says sorry. So, after I bounced off him, I just checked behind me to make sure there's no enemies in a position to shoot me. And as I said, you know, shit happens. I do it. I sometimes get in people's way. It's all good. No need to get angry over it. Could tell by the heat shell that hit the Leopard that the Waffle had the big gun, but thankfully the UDAS actually finishes the Waffle off, so that's another one of their most dangerous vehicles gone. Now, I'm looking around at the hit point of the vehicles around me, E75, on full health. Normally, what I'd usually do in my TD is I just drive out there and brawl with him. Now, as you saw in my issue 1:30 PM video last week, I'm trying to play my TDs a bit more, well, like TDs. Trying to play a little bit safer and only going more aggressive when I need to. So you see, I'm about to drive around that corner. I realize, no, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait, I'm going to go the other way, keep him building between me and him, and I'm going to wait till the medium tank goes round. The reason I'm going to wait for the projectile to go round is, my thought is, when the projectile spots the E75, the E75 will look for him. When E75 turns to look at him, I'll shoot him. So you see him waiting, E75 gets spotted, means the E75 spots the projectile, and I go round. Unfortunately, he didn't look at the projectile, he was waiting for me, but thankfully, my tracks absorb it. Just gonna wait, tracks repair, and even an E75 lower plate, as strong as it is not bouncing 303mm of AP PAM. I load heat here, that's because I see that they've won the Valley and they're about to get to our base soon. And I just want to make sure I can hit whoever goes in the base. And the Chieftain, its armor's bad in terms of thickness, but it's well angled, so the heat will help deal with the angle on the upper plate. That shot went pretty much exactly where I aimed it, and easily panned. Now unfortunately I could have done with loading the high explosive shell here, because the Chieftain's on low hit points, although he's just died. And now it's an SU 1:30 PM, so a heat shell here is painful, but high roll, 880, and now I switch back to AP. Now, what we're going to see is, they have a Batchat and STB1 as well. Both have really good view range, I don't have good view range, so I can't really go spot them, I need to play carefully. Even the Waffenträger has 410 meters view range, which is nuts. So I'm going to stay back, and what I'm doing is, I need the projectile. And thankfully, as you can see in the map, the projectile is on his way back. He's not pushing towards the enemy base, he's coming back to help us. And that's going to be key, because you see, not only is he a tier 10 medium, so he's got view range, he's got hit points. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use him. He's off to go spot. And so far, the projectile's been playing really well so far, so I have high hopes for him. Now, Batchat's a very dangerous medium, as is the STB1 to be fair. And Conqueror GC can probably shoot over these hills here at us. So I'm doing my best to not get spotted, because the Conqueror GC can actually kill me without even hitting me. So this is where I'm going to use this vehicle's excellent camo. And you're going to see the Batchat's pushing forwards to try and spot us all. Very good move on his part. And as I'm aiming for the shot, I realise I can't afford to get spotted. So I actually start moving before the Batchat jumps up on the rock there. We start getting capped. I'm going to try, and because there's a tree here that's fallen over and a couple bushes, I'm going to try and use them to my advantage. And you may notice that's why I've got binoculars on this tank. I don't use binoculars on many high tier vehicles, but this thing's 370 view range is not enough. Thankfully the projectile spots the waffle. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to use this tree, just in case, to make sure that he doesn't spot me. Could have 400 meters, that waffle could easily spot me if I want the tree here, especially if he's got cruise skills and whatnot. Or binoculars. Load the high explosive shell. He disappeared from view, but I finished him off anyway. I'll let the team know how long I've got to reload. I'm going to keep high explosive loaded, because I just want to decap. Because the SB1's not a very well armoured medium, but the frontal upper hull and the front of the turret can bounce, like I won't overmatch him. So now I realise I can survive a shot from the STB1. Our projectile's just been hit for 850 by the artillery, so he's now a one shot. Because I can survive a shot, I'm going to run in and get close so the STB1 can shoot me once and then kill him. I had high explosive loaded still for the interrupt, but now I've loaded AP, because my plan is, even though I can't bounce off him, I'm just going to let him shoot me once and rush in to try and get the overmatch shot on the side of his tank. So, the projectile did a great job for me, spotting for me, and now I'm going to use my hit points for him. So I'm kind of like hoping that they'll stay back, and I'll take the shot for him. I go in, I get spotted, I'm cool if the STB1 wants to shoot me. He doesn't end up shooting me, which is nice I suppose, and the projectile does finish him off. Hug the mountain as close as you can, because there's a Conqueror GC and I'm spotted. And now that I'm unspotted, I'm going to run down the centre to try and spot him. And now I'm going to load high explosive here. That's a bit of a mistake. I can overmatch the entirety of a Conqueror GC, providing this tracks don't absorb my shell. So I probably should have just had AP loaded, because if I hit him, I'd overmatch him and one-shot him definitely. With high explosive, there's a chance that I could just splash him and not kill him. But I've got the high explosive loaded. Without even fully aiming, the shot goes where I need it to. And overall, RNG was with me on this one. And I say that, it was mainly the projectile. The projectile did an excellent job. I couldn't have won that without him. So this game, I fired I think a single unnecessary heat shell, but still managed to make 59k profit, 7k damage for a high caliber, 92 assistance, 930 blocked, 5 kills. And only a first class because I was sniping. But thankfully, with update 5.0, the XP gain has been changed to where if you're sniping, someone you're not spotting that, you still get full XP. So expect tanks like these and their XP requirements for ace tankers, like this and the Swedish TDs and other camping TDs. Expect their XP requirements to go up for what you need for an ace. But anyway, excellent game here by our projectile. Really thankfully he was here. The Conqueror GC wrecked house on their team. But what can you do? So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.